Okay, we're on Rosh Hashanah, Perek Bet, Mishnah Tet, last Mishnah in the second chapter of Rosh Hashanah. So the Mishnah is a story that's a continuation of our last Mishnah, Mishnah Chet. In the last Mishnah, it's really important to know that we had a machloket. Rabbi Gamliel accepted a certain testimony, okay? Because they saw, Rabbi Gamliel, they saw the moon and then they didn't see the moon. Amarlo, Rabbi Yehoshua said to Rabbi Tosef and Hyrcanus, who disagreed with Rabbi Gamliel, I see your position, meaning I agree with you. So what ends up, this is a really important thing, because what ends up happening in this case is, we look at our chart, remember we said, depending on which day your Rosh Chodesh falls on, then that'll imply when Yom Kippur is. So Rabbi Gamliel, just for our illustration, on this Monday, Rabbi Gamliel accepted the testimony. He said, okay, Aleph Tishrei is Rosh Chodesh. Today is now Aleph Tishrei and it's Rosh Chodesh. Rabbi Yehoshua said, no, that testimony is not acceptable. Tomorrow is Rosh Chodesh, meaning, for Rabbi Gamliel, the Wednesday was Yom Kippur, and for Rabbi Yehoshua, Thursday was Yom Kippur. That's really significant because of that. So we have the following Mishnah in response to that. It says the Mishnah, Shalach lo Rabban Gamliel. Rabbi Gamliel sent a message to Rabbi Yehoshua. Gozrani alecha shetavo etzli b'makelcha u'b'me'otecha b'yom kippurim shechal liot v'cheshboncha. I decree upon you. Rabbi Gamliel was the Nasi. So I decree upon you. You remember we said he was the Nasi in Yavne. I decree that you must come to me with your makel, with your stick, ubima'otecha, with your money belt, with your money on Yom Kippur that falls according to your cheshbon, according to your calculation. You think, when I'm done with my Yom Kippur on Wednesday, you think Yom Kippur is Thursday, you will have to come to me. You'll have to be mechalel your Yom Kippur the way you understand the calendar to fall out. Okay, the Kahati explains, interestingly enough, the Kahati says that the reason why he decreed, what about Rabbi Yehoshua, what about Rabbi Tosef and Hyrcanus? Why only Rabbi Yehoshua? So he says, quotes the Tiferet Yisrael, who says that Rabbi Yehoshua was the Av Beitin. And the problem was, we're going to see, the problem is, if you have the Nasi saying one thing, and the Av Beitin saying another, what does everybody know? Nobody knows what to do. You follow, who do you follow? And you end up, Rabbi Gamliel clearly was afraid, as we see from this source and many others, Rabbi Gamliel was afraid that the halacha was going to split into different factions. This one says, if you have Yom Kippur one day and Yom Kippur another day, how can Judaism function? And they wanted to ensure, he was entrusted with ensuring that there was no splitting of factions. We see today, like the factions, I eat kitniot, or I don't eat kitniot, he does eat kitniot. They say Tehillim on this day, but imagine if we kept there literally different days. It would cause a tremendous rift that would be difficult to repair. So therefore he said to Rabbi Yehoshua, even though you think the halacha says the Yom Kippur is on Thursday, on that Thursday, what you think is Yom Kippur, I'm gozer, I decree that you have to come and violate your chag, your Yom Kippur, ki'ilu, because to follow my position. Halachu mutzar Rabbi Akiva meitzar. Okay. So he went and he found Rabbi Akiva Meitzar. He was very upset. Rabbi Akiva found Rabbi Yehoshua. Rabbi Akiva found him Meitzar, upset. Meitzar. Amarle, we said to him, Yesh l'lumod, I can teach you. Shekol masha asar Rabbi Gamliel asoi. Whatever Gamliel says, it's done. Shne'emar. Eile moadei Hashem mikra'ei kodesh. We have to see this pasuk. These are the moadei, the holidays of God, mikra'ei kodesh, which you have that are called kodesh. Asher tikre'u otam, that you will call them. Bein bizmanam, bein shelo bizmanam. Whether you think it's at the right time or not at the right time. Ein li moadot ela elu. There is no other moadot, no other holidays, and no other times except these ones. Whatever the Nasi said, whatever the Beit Din decreed, that's what the Beit Din decreed. Rabbi Tosef ben Hyrcanus, who went to Rabbi Tosef ben Hyrcanus, Amar lo. He said to him, Im ba'in anu ladun achar Beit Dino shel Rabbi Gamliel. If we're going to start questioning Rabbi Gamliel's din, tzrichim anu ladun achar kol Beit Din u Beit Din. Then we have to say, well, if this Beit Din is not correct, then we have to start questioning every Beit Din. Shne'emar, as it says, Vaya'al Moshe ve'Aaron. V'Nadav v'Abihu v'shivim miziknei Yisrael. Moshe and Aaron and Nadav and Abihu and 70 elders of Israel went up towards the mountain. Why don't we hear the names of all this Kenim? Ella l'lamed, it teaches us, Shekol shlosha u'shlosha she'amdu Beit Din Yisrael, every three leaders, every three rabbinic leaders that became a Beit Din, Harei hu k'Beit Dino shel Moshe. So they're like the Beit Din Moshe, i.e., so even Rabban Gamliel, let's say Rabbi Yehoshua, you disagree with him, you think you're right. And we're going to see other positions where he thought that he was right. And he felt that the halacha was with him. Nonetheless, when the Beit Din makes a decision, if Rabban Gamliel is mekadesh et achodesh, we have to follow that position. We have to accept the rulings of the Batei Din. Natal maklo umeota biyado. So he took his stick and his money in his hands on the day that he thought it was Yom Kippur. And he went to Yavne to Rabban Gamliel on the day that, according to his cheshbon, according to his calculation, was Yom Kippur. So he accepted the position of Rabbi Akiva, and he did what Rabban Gamliel demanded of him. So therefore, Rabbi Gamliel saw him. Rabbi Gamliel stood up and kissed him on his head. Amar lo bo b'shalom Rabbi b'talmidi. Come in peace, my Rav and my student. Rabbi b'chochma. Rabbi Yehoshua, you're greater than me. B'talmidi, but you are my student. Shekibalta dvarai, that you accepted what I've said. This Mishnah I found so powerful. There's so much interesting dynamic between Rabban Gamliel and Rabbi Yehoshua. Both of them are right. Rabbi Yehoshua, he felt strongly about his position. But if he didn't, but it takes incredible humility to subject yourself and to say, even though I know I'm right, I'm going to accept Rabban Gamliel's position, not because that's what I believe. The halakha tells me that I must submit, and that's what I believe the best thing is for Klal Yisrael. All right, we'll stop here. There's much more to say. There's a very famous story in Gemara and Brachot in the 4th chapter. That's the continuation of this story, and that's beyond the scope of our discussion here. We'll stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.